No lie. They probably thought it was over. They probably thought it was a wrap. They probably thought I wouldn't be back. They probably thought being a cool person was not as good as being a rat. But listen, we are back. We are live. We popping. We're going to get into this topic. I'm not going to keep y'all long. I'm going to say happy holidays to everybody. I don't know if you celebrate Easter like illicitly, like, yeah, I celebrate Easter. But if you celebrate the holiday, if you're taking this time around the world to be with family, to rejoice, to eat, to celebrate, to commune, I send everybody a good special holiday out to you all. And I want to thank a lot of people. I want to thank a lot of people who reached out. I want to thank a lot of people who sent emails. I want to thank a lot of people who did posts. I want to thank a lot of people who supported this channel while it was under attack from others. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to give a bunch of names. You know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You know who you are, and they know who they are. And I'm still going to do my due diligence to get down to it as far as I can. But we're going to put more energy in celebrating and being happy. And we're going to talk about why in the hell does Toto Wolf think that not listening to Lewis Hamilton is a good idea. We're going to talk about this. Let's just get right into it. This is where, what's going on? Akondu, what's up? What's up, Derek? What's up? Happy Easter. Happy 083. What's happening? Big popping tall to y'all. I want to thank you all for supporting. We're going to talk about this. Why in the hell did Toto think it was? Now, I want to give Toto, I want to give him some credit. I want to give him some credit. I want to give him some respect because it takes a big person to come out and say, hey, I was wrong. Literally, I had to do that this weekend. I was in a situation getting tired of being judged, reading a book by its cover. And then I daring around and lightweight did the same thing to an individual. They didn't even know, and I wouldn't apologize to them. That it takes a big person. And Toto came out and said this much. He said, we got it wrong. What's up, Michael Dixon? What's happening? We got it wrong. We didn't listen to Lewis Hamilton as far as the development of the car. And it seems that they thought taking advice or maybe even listening to Russell, because I want to try to be as fair as possible. What's up, Spider? I don't think it was, we're going to listen to Russell full-heartedly. I think Russell was in favor of some things that they were already in favor of. And they said, hey, 50-50, our championship driver, greatest driver in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton, says that we should go away from this design development. He's not an aerodynamicist. We think this is the way. Our new driver, George Russell, kind of agrees with the direction we're already going. Maybe we go that way. I don't think it was a full thing like Russell said, and it is the be all, say all. But even with that being said, Toto, you messed up. Mercedes, you messed up. All right. Every good or great driver needs a good or great car. Machinery needs to be on the level or beyond the driver. Now, we've seen plenty of times in Formula One history where drivers aren't great, but they're good enough. But because the machinery can take them the rest of the way or it exceeds, then it gives them that extra edge. I would fear that I could come up with a few names of drivers where you would say they weren't great, but they won championships. They won championships because 2 out of the 3 ingredients, all right, you got your driver, you got the organization, and then you got the car. Spider 35, thank you, brother. Thank you very much. My boy out of YouTube jail, they can't stop me. They can't stop the pack, man. They cannot stop it. They hate us. The people that hate us will be mad because they envy us. And when you envy somebody and you admire somebody, but you can't do what they do, which they can't do what y'all do, then it turns into hate. Just get along with us. It is what it is. By the way, we're going to be live F1 Minute tomorrow. Monday, like always, we're going to be live F1 Minute back to regular schedule, regular format on YouTube, all of that. Bring all your smoke. Everybody come on in. So there are drivers that you can look at championship lists and probably say, that guy wasn't great, but he won one. He got one. All right. Villeneuve probably won. You look at that. The machinery was just good. Okay. 2 out of 3 ingredients: the driver, the organization, the team, and the machinery. When you have all 3 of those, or 2 out of the 3, you could possibly win a championship. If you got all 3, you're definitely winning. And right now is where I give credit to Red Bull because they have all 3. I give credit to Mercedes because they had all 3. You gave credit to Ferrari with Schumacher because they had all 3. Okay? You had these situations where they had all three. Right now, you don't have all three in several teams. All right? You don't have all three. And Ferrari, they probably have Wildcat. They hate us because they ain't us. Big shout out, Wildcat. Big shout out, bro. Much love. Maria Duncan, much love. Reached out. Sylvia Wick, Mary Beanie, Wildcat, Jay London, Nomad, Judica McBudica, Musa, all the fam, Patrick, all of y'all. Big love. Mary Beanie, Galacticus, all of y'all. Big love for everything that y'all been doing. But Ferrari has like one. They got one out of two. They got kind of like a one and a peep. All right. Charles is a peep because I'm not sure if he's there. The car is it. And the team is like, all right. But this is not the first time that this has been done, right? Lewis Hamilton wanted to go away from the W14's overall concept. And a lot of people, even you, even me at some point in time, like, well, not me, because I kind of still believe in it, but it could be a mistake, but it could be all right. We got to see how things grow. But it's definitely they chucked 2 seasons in there, but he wanted to go away from it. Why would you listen to George Russell over, or even not, let's not say over. Why would you listen to George Russell at all at this point in time? He's not been with the team long enough. I understand George has been in the room. He's been in meetings. He's been a part of the organization. Toto Wolf is his agent. Great. Good. But George Russell has not been part of a championship team nor driving a championship level car, period. He has not done that. Let's not be fooled here. He has not done that. 083, the only reason why George is doing good is that he is used to driving junk cars, put him in a car that's up to Lewis's level, and he won't do good. So listen, 83, good standard, because I'm going to take one of the parts out of there, and I'm going to say something. George is definitely better George is definitely more acclimated recently to driving a piece of junk in the Williams, all right? Williams is not the greatest car. They've done better this season. By the way, one of the teams that breached the cost cap, and I'm always going to say that. So he's more accustomed to that. But let's not be fooled. Lewis has not always had the better car on the grid. Schumacher has not always had the better car on the grid. Niki Lauda didn't always have the best car on the grid. Vettel didn't always have the best car on the grid. So it's not like Lewis Hamilton doesn't know when a car's a piece of junk because he's told you that the W14 is as much as this. What Lewis Hamilton has over George Russell is the fact that he's been part of a championship campaign for 8 times straight as far as constructors, 7 times straight as far as driver. Not straight, but 7 times overall as drivers. He knows what a championship level car feels like, what it should perform like, what it should handle like. He understands what an organization that is built of champions should conduct themselves like, how they should strategize, how they should plan. Is Toto up for that still? Is Toto Wolff up to make decisions that can take a team to being championships again? At the end of the day, Toto Wolff is the head. He is the head. Let's just be real. He can make decisions that can make or break the team, much like Ferrari has done. Fragmented their series, fragmented Charles' championship campaign last season, and this season they're not starting off well. But what I will stop this for right now and give credit to Gunther, Fred, Christian Horner, even Crack. What I will give favor to them for, what I will give credit to these team principals for, especially Christian Horner, is the fact that they will fight and claw to put appeals in, to protest situations, whatever it takes to give their team and their drivers the edge. I do not agree with the character that Christian Horner has displayed. I do not agree with that at all. I am simply talking about the action to do and to get results for what is best for your driver, much like you all did in the comments section, much like my Wolfpack fam did when wrong was done here. Y'all set out, y'all did questions, y'all defended, y'all sent an email. Sylvia Wick, thank you very much. Blue Diva, thank you very much. Maria Duncan, thank you very much. Wildcat, thank you very much. Y'all sent off inquiries to figure out why things were happening. That's what Toto has lacked. Not only last season in 2022, but in 2023. Alonso just got a situation overturned with Aston Martin. They pointed out several things. They did their research like that. Clockwork. Boom, 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 boom. They fired off. Got the petition ready here. This is why our driver should have that trophy and why George Russell should. Musa, what's going on? We finna take a detour. Listen, I think Carlos will Charles Leclerc to being champion. We made it to 7 months. Bet, Musa, do me a favor, bro. Send me your address. I'm going to send you out your Wolfpack shirt. Send me your address because a lot of names I read off, they ain't sending me that. So, Musa, send me your address. I'm about to highlight you right now, bro. About to highlight you right now. So I'll be looking for that so I can send you your shirt. Be the first shirt that we send to South Africa. I'm very proud to have done that. So, Musa, you are on here. I'm highlighting your name. Send me your shirt. Wildcat, send me your name for your shirt. I'm going to send your shirt out. Who else we got on here? Who else we got on here that I just seen in the chat? Let me see. Who else we got in here that I just seen in the chat? I'm going to read these names out because I'm going to give back to my fan because my fan be doing great for me. Who else we got in here? I seen somebody else was a green badge. Let me find it real quick. I ain't going to take long, but I'm damn sure going to take the time to get back to my fam. Let me see. I think we already got Extracts lined up. Extracts already got his, I believe. Let me make sure. If not, then we'll do good. I'll check that. But for sure, Musa and Wildcat, send me your shipping addresses in the Discord group so I can send you out your Wolfpack Performance Podcast family shirts. So let me get on with this. So that they do these things. A lot of us criticize Toto and Mercedes for not taking things as far as they should have with the AD 2021 situations. I think a lot of us look at situations that Toto should have bucked up and manned up for that he hadn't. See, this is where Christian shines. This is where Fred probably will shine because right now Fred is protesting. He's up about the whole Carlos situation and him getting a penalty. Not only a penalty, but he also, not only that 5 seconds, but he also had to eat 2 points on his super license. Fred says no. Musa, big shout out. Big shout out, Wolf fam, and much love. Fred says no way, not on my watch. Somebody needs to sit down with me at Ferrari, the FIA, the stewards, and have a conversation to explain to me why my driver is being reprimanded, penalized, points on his license, but not Gasly for running into his own teammate, let alone y'all just say no further action needed. But not Logan Sargent for running into the back of DeVries, while DeVries could have same like ran into the back of those other cars. Logan ran into the back. Why? Why is Carlos within the same reasonable distance of this corner, 3 collisions, maybe a little bit more than that, but my driver gets penalized? Why? Fred wants to know. I'm not mad, Fred. I wanted to know why people did what they did to me. You want to know. What is the reason for this? That's what Toto lacks. Toto lacks that. Maybe he's a little bit too diplomatic. Maybe he's lost a little bit of his edge. These are things you need to do. But you know what? The problem with Toto Wolff is, and I'm just going to say this and be real. Sometimes Toto Wolff is too much of a businessman. Sometimes he's too much of I don't want to affect the bottom line. I'm not saying that that's always bad, but in these situations, it's not good. When you have drivers that need somebody to go to bat with a sword, with a firearm, with a shield, and with their helmet buckled up and their strap tight, Toto has proven more so than not, he's not that guy. Gunther will do it. Fred showing that he's going to do it. We know Christian Horner will do it to a fault, but he'll do it. Toto, you got to stand up and do it. You got to stand up and do it. You made an error in not listening to Lewis. And unless they turn this around, like we're going to wait. Baku's coming up. Miami's coming up. Now, I know we just offered the Australian GP, right? Good performance. Wildcat, DM'd on Discord. Much love, brother. Got a pack. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Go pack. Be safe. I appreciate you much. All right. So it's just funny to me. If Lewis says that the car is not right and we need to go a different direction, and you've had an entire season where you've utilized a season of this man's career and it didn't work, but Lewis and Russell were able to make still podiums. What is it that you found in the development of this car that substantiates or proves or holds up to anything to say, we're not going to listen to you, Lewis Hamilton? We feel and we know that this car has the potential, we're going to go forward. Because right now, Australian GP is the only highlight, and it's only been 3 rounds. I understand it's only been 3. Jay London! Lewis is wiping the floor with George this year. Give him the proper machine, and he will win a title without a doubt. Jay London, you not lying. Jay London, you not lying. That's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. All right. Xtrax 38 says Toto should have fought tooth and nail for Lewis in 20. That's a fact. That's a big fact. You ain't lying about that. He should have. But he was too diplomatic, too much of a businessman. Too worried about affecting the bottom line. And like I said, maybe there was some stipulations in there that if you do that, then maybe it compromises the team participating in the championship series of Formula One the following season until legal situations or whatever they're going to do, arbitration or whatever they're going to do till they come to a finding you can't participate in the series. Maybe that's what he was getting away from. But I say this, I know Lewis Hamilton wouldn't have wanted to win it that way, but it is still something to be said that right is right and wrong is wrong. And that's what he should have went and continued on with. Right now, it's funny. A lot of people say, oh, you got to leave that in the past. We just coming off news message. He's trying to get this 2008 championship series return. And honestly, I don't even think, even if you go back, like I said, beyond the Crashgate situation that happened in Singapore, he didn't have a good GP day. He didn't have a good day. He spun out in the corner. He took off with the fuel nozzle. He had to stop at the end of pit exit. He didn't have a good day. He did not have a good day. That right there is what killed his race. So I don't even think if you go back to him finishing that race, it changes anything for him in the championship standings because he messed up his own day. His team messed up his own race. What's up? This cat rocks. I like that. This cat rocks. We got a cat rocking in the Wolfpack group. Let's welcome her. Give her a big welcome. Much love, appreciation. I'm about to send it out right now. Hey, thanks for joining the fam. I appreciate you much. We still rocking and rolling. Welcome. A big welcome. Make sure you sign up and get into that Discord group. So I don't think that changes. But a lot of people are like this. If you change that, then that's a slippery slope. But even without that being said, Toto should have went to bat. So let's look at this. If anybody wants to discredit the fact that Lewis Hamilton should not have been listened to, if anybody wants to discredit Lewis Hamilton because he's got the W14 and we know that the W14 is not a rocket ship like the RB19, and people want to say so much as to, it's fine, they want to win the 8th like real G's. I want them to win this 8th. I want them to get it. But let's just be clear. Let's just be clear. Because people act like Lewis is washed. Oh, he's jacked up. Mercedes is jacked up as a team. They might be. They might be having a tough time. This happens in Formula One. I'm going to ask you a question. What was Max Verstappen doing from 2015 to 2021? I can answer that for you. Not winning championships. Max is not a rookie. OG Zilla, here we go again. The FIA showing lack of leadership. They should come out with a public statement squashing all these BS title protests. I agree, OG Zilla. Big shout out to you. Max Verstappen wasn't winning championships. He's not a rookie. 2015, 2016 to 2021, he wasn't winning no championships. That's 6+ years, 6 seasons, nothing. What is Charles doing from 2016 to 2023? Not winning championships. He's been driving for Ferrari, not winning championships. What has Alonso been doing for damn near over 2 decades? Closing on 2 decades. Not winning championships. Not winning championships. And y'all say Alonso was a great driver. Why has he still been winning championships? Y'all say Max Verstappen is a great driver. Why wasn't he winning championships from 2015 all the way to 2021? Why did it take him 6 years to win a championship? Anybody want to answer that question? Anybody want to really answer that question? Because I want to hear what your answer is. Why was Max not winning championships all that time, 6 years? Why wasn't he winning? Why hasn't Alonso won all these damn near 17 years? Why hasn't he been winning? Why hasn't Shaw won anything in all this time? Why hasn't he been winning? Anybody want to answer that? If you answer that question truthfully, if you're the person that says Lewis Hamilton can only win championships with a car, but Max Verstappen is great without a good car, you put yourself in a corner and you look crazy. You look crazy. It's like a fire. It's the triangle. It takes three. All right. And right now, Toto has crippled Mercedes. At this point in time, I'll say this to be fair, to be honest, and to be truthful in the moment. Up until this time, Toto has crippled Mercedes with his decisions and the engineering flaws of this W14. All right. Now, I am one, and I'm going to be honest with you all. I got to keep it real. All right. And I know some of my family members might not agree with this, but me and my family don't always agree, but we always love each other and we always talk to each other with respect, so we can always come back to our table and still love each other. I'm right now under the impression that the good GP we came off of in Australia I'm more leaning towards circuit dependent until I see otherwise. All right. Until I see the next track coming up is Azerbaijan. I think so, which is one of my favorite tracks because of the uphill S elevation change. That track is going to show us something. All right. And they're supposed to be bringing updates. So, we're going to be here for updates. Also, don't forget, tune in tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be live for F1 Minute again, the right way. The way we've been, the way we started off is the way we're going to kick off tomorrow because I'm back. We on it. But I think a little bit more than not, Mercedes' success in that race was circuit specific. And that's okay because those things happen, right? Sometimes some teams perform better at certain tracks. Although right now, Red Bull is in a situation where they've created a car. They have a driver. And let's be real, Red Bull has an awesome pit crew. Red Bull has shown and proven they have awesome strategy. They have all three right now, and they have been good across majority of the circuits last season. I can't say it this season because it's only 3 races, right? But what I can say is they starting off good, but there are some problems lingering there. Do you think Red Bull are not listening to Max Verstappen? You think you listen over the radio, Max Verstappen goes against team orders, which is wrong, which is a load of crock. Max Verstappen does not play a good teammate, which is wrong, which is also a load of crock. And still Red Bull will listen to their number one driver. Mercedes should have done the same. Definitely. So what Mercedes has to do, they got 1 or 2 things that they're going to have to do. They're going to have to prove that, listen, this is why we are the engineers, the aerodynamicists, and this is why I'm Toto Wolf. I understand I cost you a season or maybe even 2, but I got you 5 in exchange. That's what's going to have to happen. That's the conversation that's going to have to take place. It's going to have to go somewhere like that. But I got you 5 in exchange. I know as a businessman, Toto Wolf, I know I told you to invest 2. I know I forced you to invest 2. I know I went behind your back in the 401k and I changed your percentage of your contributions. But look what I got you. Look what I got you. You had to give up 2, but I got you 3 out of the 5. 3 straight. So not only are you now going to have your chance to be an 8-time world champion, but 9, 10-time world champion. Because of the developments, that the investment that we made in this W14 is going to pay us dividends. I'm a businessman, and that's what I got for you, Lewis. How about that? That's a pretty good trade-off. It's a pretty good trade-off. It's not like we haven't seen other champions go a couple of gaps and then win, boom, boom, boom. Look at Schumacher. Go back. I already did a video on this. I showed y'all this. It's like some people don't listen to me. Blue Diva, check out Jefferson's post that Max is now threatening to leave F1 if they don't change back to the old format with no sprint races. Ooh. Blue Diva paid for me to go back and find somebody's post. Let me go back here and find somebody's post, because if you pay for me to go find somebody's post, I'm going to go do that. It says she feels it's that important that she did a super chat for me to go back and find it. Let me go back and find this shit. Hold on. I found it right here. Jefferson, big shout out to you. Longtime viewer of the channel for sure. Apparently, Max is threatening to leave F1 if Domenicali changes a lot in the current race week template. Not sure about you, but to that I say amen. Hey, I'm going to address that right now. if Max leaves because of that, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? For 6 years, Max wasn't winning championships. 2021, Max got a Fugazi championship. Everybody knows this. 2022, I give him that. Although cost cap, it's a cloud looming, and that's like cheating. Even Zach Brown was against it, and it pays off dividends. You breached the cost cap by $1.8 million. At least it wasn't anywhere near as egregious as 2021. So I give Max 2022. But what Max does show you in the face of adversity, if he doesn't have his way, he's willing to walk away like a spoiled brat. We've seen him do it on podium before, walked off. We saw what his dad did when Perez won a race, kicked off a major social media ruckus, disrespected the man. His mom disrespected the marriage. We saw what happened when Perez was winning races last time. Max don't even pull into his number 2 spot. Didn't even really congratulate Perez like he should have. His dad sitting on. So what does that tell you? That's the type of character he carries. Nothing's going to change my perspective on that because that's observation. I look at the man's actions. He has weak character. He's a weak individual. He's like ice cream with the chocolate layer. It's a crispy chocolate layer, but as soon as you put your finger on it, it cracks and it's all soft vanilla underneath it. That's Max Verstappen. If Max, every time we turn around, they talk, somebody, listen, it's not only me that brings up 2021. When it's always going to be referenced. If you all are upset, or you are mad, or you feel like people bring up 2021, listen, it's going to be brought up forever. Forever. So get used to it. But do y'all notice every time they come up with something with 2021 in the mainstream, what do? They want to boycott it. They want to boycott it. They want to boycott it because it sucks when you have to face reality and you have to face the mirror to understand, like, damn, that was a messed up situation I did. X-Trax 38 gives 5 people memberships. Michael Davis, you just got blessed. YRE Supreme, you just got blessed. Scott Haley, you just got blessed. King JJ, which I like that, you just got blessed. And Lace 20, you just got blessed by X-Trax. Big shout out to you, X-Trax. Thanks for taking care of those people, bringing them into a good family environment. Listen, X-Trax blessed you with a month. Now take it up and show them how much you appreciate it by continuing your membership beyond that month. Big shout out to y'all. Download Discord. Get in the Discord group. Trust me, later on next week, we're going to have Wolves Den. We're going to be in there talking about a lot of topics. You all will get to voice your opinion. We're going to have F1 Minute tomorrow. So Max Verstappen got that character. This is not the first time we heard this. Listen, I do not agree with Stefano's approach about free practice. Leave free practice alone. Leave it alone. I already kind of was I wasn't fully on board with the increased amount of sprint races. To me, it's not because of the sprint. I wouldn't like to see a sprint race, but as I told you all before, a sprint race, the way it's formatted, it needs to be reconstructed. All right. But back onto this. Yes, indeed. George Russell, and we had a conversation with somebody. Ed came on, and I'm going to say this, Ed, don't be a snake, bro. F1 Minute is for you. It's for me. It's really for y'all to come on. But don't be a snake, bro. You got 3 accounts that you admitted to, that you came on here with. You've been heckling, doing a lot of things. A lot of times you say really some real biased stuff. I appreciate the way you came on F1 Minute because you came correct with your face on camera, everything. You came correct. You came with a good question. But people that conduct themselves in a certain way, you got to understand, you don't like what somebody say. Nobody's personally attacking you until you personally attack somebody else. Say your part, say your piece, say your perspective on it. Have a good, clean debate. But I'm telling you, this is the place where you can come and do that. But if you come in with all the salt, like a snail, I'm going to dump it on you. We all know what a snail does underneath salt. They don't make out so well. So if Max leave, he leave. Right now, we're still waiting to see about Lewis Hamilton's contract. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm going to tell you. Do I think it's far-fetched that Lewis will probably leave F1? No. I don't think it is. I think Lewis Hamilton, if he knows he's with a team that is unable to at least at this point in time prove they can no longer take constructive criticism and develop, I don't know. Maybe he says, okay, well, I mean, if y'all don't want to be a winning team anymore, then what are we doing? At that point in time in somebody's career, it's about winning or not. Like right now in Shaw and even Max and Russell, they even Lewis Hamilton back then, it was all about, yo, I'm proving them how good I can be. Once you've been the best to the degree of Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion, just like Brady, just like LeBron, just like Serena, it's about winning it all or not. They don't go into a season worried about all the fun stuff. They go into a season, they have fun, but they go into a season like, I'm trying to win a championship. And my team needs to have the idea, the fortitude, the mentality, the characteristics, the development, the engineering, the strategy of winning a championship. That's what I'm here for. That's fun for me. When you've done that much in any sport, fun for you is winning the championship. They're not worried about all the stuff in between no more. I done been through that. I got the t-shirt. I've been there. Jefferson, big shout out, bro. This notion that there's no number one in the Mercs team reminds me of what happened at Ferrari with Seb Vettel and Shaw. Thanks to Blue Diva, by the way. Big shout out, Jefferson. And brother brings up another point. And I said this. I agree with Jefferson, and I said it in the video. I told you all. One of the things, another dynamic that teams like Red Bull, teams like, I'm going to even say teams like McLaren, they got a number one. They got a number one. Teams like Ferrari, they got a number one. Although they've messed up last season, they got a number one. Mercedes. There's a difference between recognizing your number one driver and treating your drivers equally. There's a difference. I respect you all, but I don't treat you all the same. Boom. You ever heard that? I love you all the time, but I don't like you all the time. You ever heard that? Spider 35, they need to reverse grid the sprints in order of driver points to make that. Spider 35, thank you. You bring up an interesting point that I brought up, right? I said in the sprint, this is what I said. I laid it out a bit more elaborate in my way, and I agree with what you said. I said that in the sprint races, what they should do is they should have qualifying, regular qualifying like they do. The top 10 cars that qualify, they don't even participate in the sprint. They don't even participate in the sprint, right? Those teams, they don't even participate. The drivers don't even participate. What happens now is the teams with the bottom 10 drivers go into the sprint to have an opportunity to get at the top of that packing order and or get points. Or what you need to do, the teams, the constructors that are lower in points, you need to figure out a way to work them in, because we don't want to see teams that are already getting points off the race. We already know they're going to get points off the race. Then you're going to put them in a sprint just to get more points. So the gap between the other team, and plus they're not as competitive. The other teams are like, I'm fighting to get these points, but I'm still fighting against teams that I know I'm not, they're superior. They're superior to me. I'm not going to get those points. They need to find a way to reconstruct it where it benefits the teams and drivers a bit more in points, which kind of gives a little bit more edge in championship point structure. And it gives us a better race to watch in the sprint because they're really fighting to try to get this. They already issued the teams additional money because they added more sprints this season, but they need to restructure the sprint process. It's not like they need to get rid of it. They need to reconstruct it. I agree with that. So, Grandmaster X, hey, Jay, do you think George Russell's height can impact Lewis' overall comfortability in a future development of the W14? That is an excellent question. That is an excellent question, Grandmaster. Because we've heard this much, right? Teams across the grid, you got to drop. Look at Ocon and Gasly. Extreme height difference. Not so much with DeVries and Yuki. All right? But then you go to George and Lewis. But I do think this. I think Mercedes is the type of team, although in a cost cap era, where they'll find a way to make that nuance change to facilitate both drivers in a way. All right. At the end of the day, if you have to make a hard cut decision, Russell will be more affected or should be more affected than Lewis Hamilton has. Why? Because seniority matters everywhere you go. Seniority matters in your normal workplace. It matters on a football team, basketball team, cricket, soccer. Seniority matters. So why not here? So if anybody's going to be affected the most, it should be George Russell. He should be affected the most because you're the FNG. If you've been in the military, you know what I mean by saying when I say FNG. You're the FNG. And the FNG doesn't have all the privileges, all the amenities, all the good. No, the FNG, you got to work your way up. Okay. George is doing good coming in. I mean, he's in a better car. He's driving good. Hey, he's good succession plan, but he's not Lewis Hamilton. He's not that. He's not even a Max Verstappen, although we say George can be a Max Verstappen 2.0 in some of his ways as far as personality and character. As far as driving, I still credit George Russell for being a good driver, but he's not great. All right. Max, depending on what he does as far as going from here, he could be great. Max could still be great. He has the potential to be great in Formula One history. Although I'm not saying this is shade. I'm just saying this is real. All things that happen in real time are not reflected on the same as the future and time goes on. When people start looking back, like people that come into Formula One at later dates, people that are just getting in Formula One and they look back, Max's first 2 championships are not going to look as good when you really look into them. They just not. That's just fair. That's just being honest. But still, it's not saying Max still can't be great. But if Max walks away from the sport because they change up some things, bro, they changed up things that better fitted Red Bull. You didn't walk away. They've had things that changed that fitted Mercedes. Other drivers didn't just walk away. Ferrari literally got away with murder. Even though they got a fine, they got a nice substantial fine. So did Red Bull. Red Bull got away with murder. Lewis Hamilton got cheated like nobody's business. That man still came back. If Max walks away, he needed to walk away anyway. If he walks away, he needed to walk away anyway. Les, what's going on? Glad to see you back, Jay. Thank you very much. Listen, I really appreciate all the people that reached out to me, all the love that came our way. People know what the deal was. I appreciate that, Les. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be back with y'all. Y'all don't know how. Listen, I'm rebranding. I'm growing. I'm changing. Listen, we about to go up for real. We changing up some things. I'm testing some things. We going up. Trust that. We're going to keep growing as a community, as a channel, as a family, as all of that. We're going to keep growing. Things about to happen. So big shout out to you. But yeah. You don't just walk. I can't tell you what to do because you can do what you want to do. I can just say you don't just walk away when things don't go your way if this is what you really love to do. If you really believe that you can supersede first Vettel, you got to go there first. If you think you can supersede that, then go to Schumacher. You got to do that next. I mean, really, there are other drivers in between that you got to get through. But I know the eye is at the tip of the mountain, and at the tip of the mountain is Lewis Hamilton, and just beneath the tip in the little snow area is Schumacher. All right, really, you got to go through the tough stuff. I went through the tough stuff just not too long ago, and I came back ASAP. The mechanic, much love, big bro, Wolfgang for life. Y'all know it. Wolfgang for life. We throwing it up. What's up? You know that. I came back ASAP. So you don't just walk away. Shaw, what is he going to do? Is he going to walk away? Because things are not going his way either. Lewis Hamilton, things didn't go his way in 2021. Things didn't go his way before that. Things ain't going his way now, and he ain't walking away. He's still in the lab putting in work. Perez got shafted by his own teammate and Max Verstappen. He ain't walk away. Perez knew car development wasn't going his way. He ain't walk away. Perez had to endure Max Verstappen's mom trashing his marriage, his dad going on social media, blasting him, talking about all this other stuff. Perez didn't walk away. All these examples of people who have been through more than Max has ever been through right now to what we know, and they didn't walk away. What does it say if Max Verstappen walks away just because of a few race format changes? Right now, what Red Bull need to concern themselves with is their potential reliability issues that might be on the horizon. And they got plenty of time during this time off to really clear all that up. And I don't doubt that they will. I think they will get things in order. They've proven thus far, Red Bull has proven thus far that they are a team that is going to get things. They've proven that they've put enough components in place, although we can debate how they receive some of those employees. Still, they have the team in place, they have the management in place, and they have the drivers in place, and they have the car in place to overcome these obstacles. Although they were running into issues with the drive shaft and the RNC, the unit. What did they do? They still podium. They still made it. They still took it. They still got it. So teams that are running that strong can have challenges like that, whereas other teams will have those challenges like McLaren, like maybe even Williams, Alfa Romeo. They will have those challenges, and it will be so impactful on them that they'll go unheard of. I think last race, did anybody really even hear anything about Alfa Romeo? Did you even really hear anything about Bottas? Did you hear anything about Zhou? No. They're almost unheard of right now. They're almost unheard of. Come on. Like, you listen. I said this before, and it's like people don't listen to me. It's like people come here and say things and they don't listen to me. I said this before. If Red Bull win this season, I'm saying it's potentially that they're going to go on a 5-year streak. I said this. It's like people don't listen to me. Like, they don't listen to me be impartial and give credit when credit is due, and then they don't. It's like they're deaf until they hear what they want to hear. If Red Bull win this season, I'm telling you all, the potential for them going on a 5-year streak is very likely. Unless, like I said, things that happen, right? These are things that happen. Reliability issues already kind of surfacing. 2, other teams on the grid becoming more of themselves in the now than they were in the past. Mercedes and Ferrari. If that happens, might be hard for them. I've also said this: it's hard to be a dominant team in Formula One. When it happens, it's like it's platinum. It ain't even gold. It's platinum. Mercedes has done it. Ferrari's done it at a point in time. Williams has done it. But Red Bull have done as much as 4 back-to-back with Seb. Can they duplicate that with Max Verstappen? Can they do that? They've already proven that they can. Will they do it again? Right now, we're trying to see, will Red Bull do it again? I think it's looking likely at least 3. I'm not lying. This season, unless things dramatically change in the next 2 races with Mercedes, and you have to understand, if you're standing still in Formula One, you're losing. All right. You can't get a good situation and just rest there and just like hold yourself. Just stay warm. You can't do that. You have to consistently move because top teams that are around you are consistently moving. So we still have to understand the dynamic that as other teams develop, Red Bull is also developing something that ain't broke. Well, something that's by far been superior. I ain't gonna say ain't broke because they do have some issues. OG Zilla, we will see what the engine supplier change. Hey, I was up there. I was looking at a Ford unit and I thought about that. And that's another thing that I brought up. When they change over to Ford, that could bring about issues too, right? Because you're just not going to come in and just automatically it's going to be smacking. Honda has been out of the game for several years. They understand what it is to make a Formula One power unit. They understand what it is to make a performance motor. They understand what it is to make a reliable motor, a reliable power unit. They understand that. Ford in Formula One, not so great until got with Cosworth, and then things got better. I don't know what Ford's going to do. And I said this much. I don't know really what they're going to do. You know what? They can swindle it up, come in with Ford, overbadge a Honda power unit, and call it a Ford for all I know. I want to see a real Ford-built power unit. But we can say that for another day. What I will say now is, right now, Mercedes made the mistake. Can they correct that mistake? When you make a mistake, it's not over, right? When you fall and trip, you smash your face or you break your leg or you break your arm or you skin up your knees, it's not over. You got to get up, dust yourself off, maybe go get a cast, maybe put some peroxide or alcohol on there. I like 90 proof alcohol when I like the sting. It lets me know those germs are getting killed. And you got to still walk forward and continue. Will Mercedes make a profound change? Because if they take where they were in Australia and they show that it's not track specific, that this is real deal development that is going to show itself throughout the rest of the season on top of the developments we make, I'm just being real. That's going to be challenging. It's going to at least be challenging for Ferrari and Aston Martin. How challenging it'd be for Red Bull, I need to wait and see on that. Will Harris, what's going on, bro? What's up, fam? Thank goodness for Apple CarPlay ETA. Jersey 60 Minutes. Happy Easter. Purple Sectors. Listen, y'all all know, right? Purple Sectors brand is out. Purple Sectors is a clothing line that I developed that embodies the Wolfpack family way. We live our lives at purple sectors, all right? Purple sectors lifestyle. You see the front, living my best life. That's your lap time, sector 1, 2, and 3. And on the back, purple sectors. I want a big shout out to everybody who has been buying the shirts. They're shipping out. Big thanks to you. I got pictures of people getting their shirts. Big shout out to S450 Rider. Big shout out to Galacticus. Big shout out to Maria Duncan. I know they all ordered some. Big shout out. Go check out the purple sectors merch. Get it up, all right? Big shout out to you. But yeah, we got to see. I'm interested. Listen, this whole break, y'all know how Wolfpack family do. When Formula One go on a break, we still on. We still cooking them steaks. So y'all come here and eat. Y'all come here for more content. Y'all come here and kick it with us this week. This coming up Sunday, we're going to be on for our Wolfpack Ethic Grudge Racing Series. So we're going to be on for that. So be here for that. Our drivers are going to get in the lab. I will announce the track to the drivers Monday so they can start getting prepared. I got a big announcement coming up now that I got all the products. I'm going to put together an announcement for that. Galacticus Red Bull Racing should have did the deal with Porsche Ford. Hey, listen. Red Bull wasn't doing that deal. Come on now. You know Red Bull was not doing that. Red Bull was not going to do it. Why? Because Porsche was going to treat them like they was the B side. And they said as much. We getting 50% of Red Bull technologies. We're going to know IP what you do. You are not going to get intellectual property information by what we're doing. We're the big dogs. We've been doing this. You're an energy drink company who's paired yourself with a good power unit supplier, with a genius in Adrian Newey. That's what you've done. You really, as a Red Bull, good. Fly planes, drive bikes, do ski boarding, do wakeboarding, do boogie boarding, do the dancing battles. All that's great. But when it comes to racing, a family, a name who is bred and who has been in this at a championship level throughout motorsports, it is not you, it is Porsche. And when we come in, things will change the way we want them to. And Red Bull decided, like, I don't know if we want to step to the table with somebody with an appetite as big as that. And they said no. And at the end of the day, I'm not even sure Porsche was really fully vested in it. I don't know if the Volkswagen family group just utilized two of their big brand names to get into Formula One, get Mercedes to agree to change some things, get Formula One to agree to change some things and make it a little bit softer for their landing in here. And then, hey, Porsche, you can bounce. Audi's going to take over because they got the real facilities, the development to do so. We'll go that route. I'm not sure. But yeah, they wasn't going to do that deal either way. Spider R35, where can I buy some merch from you, bro? Bro, underneath the video, you should see the carousel of the shirts. Click on one of those links. It'll take you to that. You can choose your color, your size, order it up, bro. It should be right there below the link. If not, let me see if I can go ahead and put the link in here for you. And I will put the link of the store in here so that you all can see that. But I'm pretty sure that it is also available. Yeah, I got you right here. It's Alpha Swag. You know, that's the name of the brand. That's how we rocking up in here. Here you go. Here's the link. So you can check that out. And I will go ahead and also pin that link to the top so it's easier to find, because I know we still got a couple more minutes we're going to be in here. Big shout out to you, Spider35, for even wanting to support the brand. I really do appreciate that. So, yeah, you know, we'll see what happens. We got a lot of racing coming up. We just think about this. Just 3 rounds in. That's all we are. 3 rounds in. We still got sprint races. We still got a slew of Grand Prix, and we're going to be here. Hey, I'm just saying, we got a lot of entertainment coming. We got a lot of time to spend together this season. Get acclimated. Come in. Don't be a hater. Be a motivator. And if you're a hater, I'm telling you, your treatment, you know, hey, it is what it is. I appreciate you haters. I want to say that. I appreciate you haters. Hate, negativity, like a battery's got a negative and positive side, it causes me to grow. It causes me to be a better person. People don't understand that. The mechanic, I like my steak medium well. I got you, bro. And I'm going to make sure you got a filet mignon. But still hoping for Ferrari boys, because Sainz really went through the emotions with the penalty. That really did break his spirit. You know what? I'm going to address that. I do hope for Ferrari. I would like to see them like come in and start like get everything together. I think Shaw and Carlos deserve that. And this is what I will say, because you're right. Think about this. A 5-second penalty and a 2-point on his license caused this man to cry in his car. Just think about that real quick. Carlos got word that he got a 5-second penalty and he got reprimanded 2 points on his super license, and he damn near broke. What in the hell and where in the hell is everybody's compassion for Lewis Hamilton, who got cheated out of an 8-time world championship, got cheated on track and everybody saw it, robbed in broad daylight, a scandal immense? where in the hell do people find themselves? There's nothing wrong with having compassion for Carlos, because I know you're not one of those people, Mechanic. I'm just making an example, but feel like, you know, what happened to Lewis Hamilton he should have just dealt with it. What the? That wows me. But yeah, I believe Carlos deserves it. Shaw deserves it. Charles deserves it. Fred deserves a good opportunity as the team principal, and I think Fred can do some good things there. And like Bryson said, I think Ferrari may have shown that they are trying to get out of their old ways by doing some new things, and I hope they do. Their situation with the power unit, although it looked, Mercedes wasn't looking good in that last race with Russell, and that power unit failed, and I'm trying to see if that's going to be something that's going to turn its ugly head in Mercedes, because Mercedes got enough problems to worry about. If they start running into reliability issues with the power unit, that's just more races that they're going to end up sacrificing, and we know they're out of. They're going to be fighting for like 3, like for real. Because right now, Aston Martin is proving that they're going to, you slip up, Mercedes slip up, and Aston Martin are going to take the door for number 2. Ferrari, if they get their things together, I'm trying to see where they're going to be. But all in all, I just want to see good battles every week. Every week. Every week. Do I mind if Max Verstappen's on podium? No. Do I even mind if he wins a championship? No. I just don't want to see fraudulent championships like that. There are championships where you can say, that was a little questionable. And there are championships like, that was crazy. He has those. That was crazy. He's got those type of championships. So I don't mind Max winning a championship. I didn't mind him if he was going to win it in Abu Dhabi if it was going to happen the right way, but it didn't. I honestly had already said Max was on his way, but nobody listens to me when I say that. They just want to keep harping like, I hate Max. I don't hate Max. I just don't agree with Max, and I don't care for his character, his personality, because it's shit. It's shot. His personality and character is shot. But hey, we'll see what happens going forward. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited to be kicking it. We're going to have Wolves Den later on this week. I will put the post up. Make sure all members download the Discord and get into the Discord group so you can participate in Wolves Den. It's just going to be us in there. If you're not a family member, you won't be invited. So, hey, I'm going to say that. Also, F1 Minute, we on and popping tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We live. Everybody has the right to call in. Even if you're not a subscriber, you're going to see the link, click, live call in. Let's have it out. Let's talk it out. Let's debate it. Whatever the case is, just make sure when you come correct, because if you come with the smoke, trust me, I got enough to bring it back. And at the end of the day, I control the button. I'll just hang up on you. So listen, I'm so glad to be back with you all on this happy holiday. Big shout out to you all. Much love to you all. Thank you, everybody who supports me, not supported, who supports me, who encourages me, who's here supporting the channel, who's sharing the links, who's in there battling it out and keeping me on an even keel and keeping me straight, because I got family members that will check me when I need to be checked, and they will praise me when I need to be praised. And that's how real family does. They're not going to always tell you what you're doing is good. They're going to sometimes tell you like, hey, Jay, man, like, let it go, bro. Like, don't battle that person. It ain't worth your time. And I got to listen. I got to listen. Like in the movie Biker Boys, Smoke, what did he say? What did he say? He told him, he's like, when Will told me to race, I raced. But when Will told me to sit down, I sat down. Will didn't follow me, I followed him. If you've never seen Biker Boys, go watch it. I know it can be a little cheesy on some of the things, but it's actually a decent movie with some good little jewels in there. So big shout out, Sylvia Kelly. Smash that like button. Sylvia Kelly, big shout out to you and much love to you too, Queen. Love y'all all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for F1 Minute. I'm going to go do the topics. I'm going to get the segment boards up. We going and popping. I'm going to see y'all in the art. I'm so excited. I'm pumped. This is what I love to do. You can't stop that. I'm always going to battle that. Big shout out. Thank you for everybody that joined. We got 6 new members. All right. I'm going to see y'all soon. Peace out.